Sir, you are not audible.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Audible. Okay. So yeah, what I was telling that in today's current affairs sessions, we are going to divide it in two parts, as we usually are doing from last 3-4 sessions. That in first part we are going to cover important news of March, and in second part we are taking some of the previous year question, that is 20 previous year question, so that you can know, or you can get to know that how questions is asked in UPSC, and as well as those who are going to appear in 2023, it would be helpful for them also. Okay, so let's start today's sessions. First, look what are the topic we are going to cover in today's current affair news. The first topic we are going to cover is trials can be transferred only in exceptional cases. The first point is why it is in news. Recently, there was a case between Bengal government and central government. You can say that government of India and Bengal, and in that Supreme Court, that is Chief Justice of India, has observed that High Court has transferred a case to CBI. So Supreme Court has observed that there has to be a set of rules in which scenarios a case to be transferred to higher authorities, or you can say a police officer like CBI and all. So it is not like whenever you wishes, you are going to transfer the case. So that is what we are going to read in first news. Second is time limit for governor to clear the file. If one of the constitutional authorities which is always in debate, or you can say that authorities which always a questionable position, that is governor position, his decision is always questioned in all the administrative reform which have been brought by the government. You might have heard about Sarkaria Ayog, you might have heard about Punchi Ayog, you might have heard about Raj Mannar Samiti, or you are going to read all these in polity. So you can say that governor position, जो ये राज्यपाल का position है ना, ये always a conflicting position है, because he is appointed by the center and in the state. If center and state do not have same government, or you can say same party government, in that scenario, governor is always trying to put hurdle in state. Always Supreme Court and High Court also sometimes remarks that governor should act as a constitutional authority, not as an agent of center. But it's a oral remark. Set of rules like 5-year term for governor, these have been recommended that it should be have a 5-year term, so that it can work independently. In various interview or news, one governor is in news is Satyapal Malik, the previous, you can say, lieutenant governor of Jammu and Kashmir, and then he's also become governor of some other state. But today in the news or in every channel, he was saying something about the government which is all bad, or you can say that putting government in the bad light. So when he was governor, government was trying to negotiate with him what he is giving a statement. So overall, we can say that governor position and his role is always conflicting. Be it government, be it Supreme Court, be it High Court, be it administrative reform, all are questioning. But the sad state that no one is planning to improve it, or no one is planning to set the frame rule for the governor to work. Okay. Next topic is from geography, a very confusing topic, El Nino and La Nina. There is one topic more attached with it, La Nina. We are going to discuss in detail. Next is India's space policy, a very simple topic. You know that nowadays every country is trying to excel in space, and in such case, India is also planning to set some framework rule for the space. Next is national party recognition. You might be aware that why it is in news, that recently one party got national status within 10 years, that is Aam Aadmi Party has been awarded national party status. So what are the criteria to get national party status, that we are going to discuss, and what is the benefit if you are become national party, what are the benefits, that we are going to discuss. Next is very important topic. Some of you in the current affairs session also might have enrolled for NCERT batch. So some of the text have been, you can say, not means removed from NCERT, and it is in news because the text which have been removed is of some medieval era and all. So we are going to discuss that. Next is green deposit framework. It is about depositing money for the green environment purpose. Then is Nifty, and last topic is cellular agriculture. So these are the 5-6 topics which we are going to discuss one by one in detail. So let's start with our first topic, that is trials can be transferred only in exceptional cases. That means the constitutional authorities, be it High Court or be it you can say CBI inquiry or something like that, should be transferred in only exceptional cases, not in you can say general cases, because state police is also equipped in dealing or you can say in investigation. So if you are transferring all the cases to central authority, in such case you are undermining the authority of state police, as well as you are you can say that you are means putting pressure on state police or inability of state police. So what is the context? Declining the petition to transfer a case out of West Bengal. I have already explained you that there is a case related to West Bengal where top court has said that power to transfer cases should be used sparingly only when justice was apparently in grave peril. So that means the Supreme Court has said when justice is threatened or justice is not delivered, or you are thinking that the person for on whom the case is being launched, that person is so influential that it will influence the case. In such scenario only you need to transfer the case to central authority or you can say higher authority. Otherwise, High Court as well as police is you can competent enough to investigate on the cases. So there are some set of rules. The transfer of cases refer to the process of transferring a case pending before one court to another court. Okay, that is from High Court to Supreme Court. The transfer of criminal case from one state to another in India can be done under Section 406A. You need not to remember article in this, but you have to remember that what does transfer of case mean. This power is exercised by Supreme Court in exceptional cases to ensure that it ends justice are served. So Supreme Court can use this, High Court can use this, but it should be used in exceptional cases. The basic prime meaning of explaining this topic is that you need not to transfer every cases to higher authority. Let me give you an example. You people might be aware because we general the age we are now right now between 20 to 30 more inclined towards Bollywood and movie. You might have heard about a Sushant Singh Rajput case. It was so hue and cry made and it was transferred to CBI. What has happened in that case? The same report has been filed by the CBI, what has been filed by the Mumbai police. So if the report was same, then you have wasted a prime organization time. Okay, it was a people pressure, it was a opposition pressure. So sometimes due to opposition pressure and people pressure, government or court takes a step which is not warranted. मीन जरूरी नहीं होता वो स्टेप लेना, आपने केस ट्रांसफर कर दिया और ऑलमोस्ट सेम रिजल्ट है उस केस का, तो व्हाट इज द नीड ऑफ दैट. ओके, मूविंग टू द फ्रेमवर्क पार्ट, व्हेन इट शुड बी ट्रांसफर, मतलब क्या क्या वेज होना चाहिए जबकि ट्रांसफर होना चाहिए. तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट इट इज रिटन दैट व्हेन स्टेट और प्रोसिक्यूशन इज एक्टिंग हैंड इन ग्लोव विद द एक्यूज्ड. ओके, so if state is trying to protect the accused, in that scenario case needed to be transferred. Next is when there is a material so that accused may influence the prosecution. That means accused is either minister or you can say accused is serving a high authority in that state. In such scenario, cases need to be transferred. When there is a communally surcharged atmosphere, suppose in a state there is a Hindu-Muslim riot situation, in such case central investigation agency should be referred. Existence of some material from which we can infer that some person so hostile that they are interfering, are likely to interfere either directly or indirectly. So you can say, I mean, by reading all this, what you are you can understand. We can understand that in exceptional scenario only cases need to be transferred, not in general scenario. What are those exceptional scenario? That means person is influential, he is hostile, he can cause riot, or he is trying to influence the government. So all these only exceptional scenario which may force government or you can say the investigating authority to transfer the case to higher authority. Otherwise, in general case, it should be dealt by the authority of state police or the court in which case is pending. Okay, so these are the important part. So some of the guidelines which have been laid by the Supreme Court under 406, this you can read in detail. Now, next topic we have time limit for governor to clear the bill. You know that governor has a special power under Article 200. Yeah. Anyone asking something? No. So governor has a power under Article 200, under which he can transfer any bill to the president, or he can keep reserve any bill for the president assent. Okay. So it is a special power of governor, right? It is a special power of governor under Article 200, where he can transfer any bill, or he can reserve any bill for the president approval. That is state bill. He can reserve for the transfer approval. Now, in all administrative reform, it has been stated that this should be done in only special scenario, when there is a such scenario where high court power is reduced or something like that, any constitutional authority power is reduced by a state. In such scenario only, governor should you can say recommend that bill for president assent. Otherwise, governor should not do that. But what generally governor do, in many scenarios, governor used to transfer those to the president, and president is also not to sign. President is not bound to return in time bound manner. Why we are reading this today? Because Tamil Nadu government has approached Supreme Court. जो तमिलनाडु का गवर्नमेंट है वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट अप्रोच किया है कि उसका एक बिल जो है वो प्रेसिडेंट के अप्रूवल के लिए पेंडिंग है. दैट इज from last 1 to 2 years the bill is pending, because governor is not also bound in how much days it will take to pass a bill. Neither president is bound. Now suppose state assembly, that is state legislature, has passed a bill, and that bill is went to the governor. Now governor, applying Article 200, send that bill to the president. Now president can reject that bill. If he do not want to pass that, he can reject that bill. But holding that bill for longer time is something not good for democracy. But it is happening in not only in Tamil Nadu. We are reading today in context of Tamil Nadu, as DMK government has approached Supreme Court, but it is not the case of Tamil Nadu only. In many states, especially those states which have anti-party, I mean to say the party which is in power in center and the party which is in power in state, both are different party. So in different party government, this scenario need to be. If some step which have been taken by the state government, governor refer those to the president, and that bill remains pending from long time. So you can see that in which criticized Raj Bhavan for stalling bills and asked for the center to fix a specific time limit. So what Tamil Nadu government had asked center that they should fix at least a timeline, be it 1 year, 6 months or something like that, within which president either clear the bill or reject the bill. Even if bill is rejected, that is good, because at least there is a clarity, right? We know that we read in politics separation of power, right? And in separation of power, we say that legislature, executive, and judiciary, these are the three center of power, and they should be act in separation of power manner. So if legislature has passed something, governor is duty bound to reply on that in time bound manner. But yes, you can say it is a loopholes of our constitutional system, because our forefathers have never thought that if different party government is formed center and state, then such scenario will arise. Because when our forefather was there and when they are making constitution, there was very cordial relation between opponent and party in power. Even till 1990, this was a cordial relation, but now this surcharge atmosphere is from last 10 years, we can see that where opposition and party in power both are behaving like enemy to each other. So if even if some party is doing good for their people, or welfare schemes is also launched for their state, the party in center tries to stop that through governor or through different matter. You might have heard there was a, you can say, extraordinary step taken by Banwari Lal Purohit, that is Punjab governor. He had, means when that is, you can say, Punjab legislature had asked to summon the legislative session, he stopped that. कहने का मतलब ये है कि पंजाब लेजिस्लेशन ने बोला कि मुझे सेशन बुलाना है, and it is the government authority to give the permission, but he did not give the permission, and Punjab government has to stop approach Supreme Court for that. And finally, when there was a hearing in Supreme Court, just before the hearing there was a permission from governor. Same was happened in Delhi. It was again an extraordinary situation in Delhi. State budget, there was no approval, even it was, you can say that delayed. State budget was delayed because Home Affairs has not given approval to pass the state budget. You know that budget is a sacred document. You know that budget, how much a budget is important for state government. So So it is directly, you can say, tussle between center government and state government, and that tussle leading to the deterioration of constitution, or you can directly say that interpretation of constitution is going in wrong manner. Generally, our forefather has made constitution in a such scenario that there should be a federal structure between center and state. But since center is a bigger brother, so center is trying to surpass its small brother. It should have a cordial relation, but that cordial relation lacking in Indian democracy, especially from last 5 to 10 years, you can say like that, that cordial relations is lacking. So some governor hold various bills that have been duly passed by the state government and sent for approval, which brings to the respective state administration to a standstill in such areas. So if a state is trying to take such decisions, then state is the state power being checked, and it became a standstill. Okay, you can see here that Article 200, what I have already said you, that had given a special power to governor, whether he can assent a bill, he can reconsider that, and he can reserve the bill or withhold. In case of reconsider, he can only send once to the legislature. If the same bill is again returned to the governor, he is bound to sign on that. But in case of this reserve, he can send to the president, and in case of withhold, he can withhold the assent. So governor power, you can say, is unlimited. Even we generally say that if we compare president and governor, we say that some of the power of governor which governor can take is means a way ahead of president also. Although he is, you can say that work under president, but in case of state, the governor is so powerful. Okay, but president is always work in accordance with council of minister. But there are so many cases where governor can take decision on his own without consulting council of minister, and that is in constitution only. Because it was when our forefather had thought it was done to a cordial relation between center and state, but that we cannot see. Okay, yes, you can see that in Raj Mannar committee. And in polity, you are going to discuss this topic in detail also, that in so many administrative reform, there was a questions on governor power, authority, and even on Article 200. So what are the scenarios should be there? There was a discuss that there should be a framework when a governor can transfer a bill to the president. So, but right now it is not in exist. So in maybe in coming years, there should be some framework where it should be governor is duty bound to ट्रांसफर द बिल ओनली इन सच सिनेरियो, मतलब कि गवर्नर जो है कुछ ही केस में बिल को ट्रांसफर कर सकता है प्रेसिडेंट के पास. यू कैन नॉट क्रिपल द गवर्नमेंट or you cannot surpass a government voice by withholding the bill. So it was in the news, the 4-5 things which we can conclude or we can summarize from this topic. First, governor authority must be defined, either constitutionality or by Supreme Court. So it has to be defined. There has to be some set of rules that when government can transfer the bill, when governor can withhold the bill. Because although governor is an agent of center, but he is you can say that constitutional authority for the state also. In such scenario, governor role must be limited. Second point, we can say that there has to be a federal relation between center and state, no any enmity. Yes, when we fight election, at that time we can fight with all forces, but when power is formed and the state is government, means you can say government is formed, then there has to be a cordial relation. So these are the things we can conclude from this, either through administrative reform or some set of rules by Supreme Court or by constitutional framework, you can say amendment. We need to fix the role of governor at least. There is a long-term demand that governor should have a tenure of 5 years. You know that when a tenure is fixed, he will not act in subordinate with center. He will work as a central constitutional authority. Why? Because he have a security of tenure. Suppose what will happen, अगर मान लो गवर्नर बात नहीं मानता है सेंटर का, तो क्या होगा? उसको ट्रांसफर कर देगा एक जगह से उठा के दूसरे जगह. In such scenario, government is duty bound to follow the center advice. So it has to be that their term should be fixed. And there are several other reforms which have been explained by this Raj Mannar committee, Sarkaria Ayog and Punchi Ayog, that you will discuss in read in detail in polity. Moving to the next topic, that is Il Nino. There are two topics, La Nina and Il Nino. Okay. Just try to understand, and it is very important topic of geography. So I'll explain that what is this, so you can understand that. Okay. See, this is a Pacific Ocean. You can see in the map. Okay. So this is a Pacific Ocean, and if you see this part and this part is Australia mainly, and this part is South America. Okay. So what happened? This Peruvian current blow in this area, that is in South America side, Peruvian cold current. You can say cold current, Peruvian cold current blow in South America side, and in Australian side, warm current blow. Because temperature is high, so warm current blow. Okay. Now the point is, here somewhere there is a equator. Above this two, there is a equator, and equatorial trade wind also blow. So just try to understand simple. I have explained you that in middle there is a Pacific Ocean, and one side there is a Australia, and another side it is a South America. Okay. So what is the phenomena of El Nino and La Nina? So first we have to understand the simple terms, then we have to understand El Nino and La Nina. First we have to understand what generally happens. Suppose just forget El Nino and La Nina. आप एक समय के लिए El Nino को और La Nina को भूल जाइए, तो नॉर्मल कंडीशन को समझने की कोशिश करिए. व्हाट आई हैव सेड दैट in this side where Australia is located, there is a warm current, that is temperature is high. Now there is a simple science concept. If temperature is high, what would be the pressure? Anyone can tell me? Pressure will be low or high?
Low.
Okay, great. And if temperature is low, the vice versa. In this side, if temperature is low, because cold current is blowing, what that cold current is called? Peruvian cold current. So if temperature is low, then pressure will be high. So it's a means basic science concept is that if temperature is high, pressure will be low. If temperature is low, pressure will be high. That you are going to read in science and technology why this phenomena happen. Now coming to part of geography. This I have means you have understood that there is a low pressure in Australia side and high pressure in South America side, that is Peru, Chile, these are the things located in there. Okay, so there is a high pressure. Now what the situation? If wind, you can see that in through the diagram that wind blow from high pressure to low pressure, right? In any cases, it is always that from higher side to lower side, anything will come from higher side to lower side. Here also wind blow from high pressure to low pressure area. Okay, now what happened? When this from high pressure wind comes to the low pressure, it becomes, you can say, it rises up. And once it rises up, because wind is high pressure and that's why it rises up, so it will again here it again cold itself, cools itself, and cloud formation takes place, and there is a rain air. So just a simple term, I am again explaining. Since there is a high pressure in South America area and low pressure in Australia side, that is two sides of Pacific Ocean, due to that wind blow from South America side to Australia side. As soon as wind reaches to this Australia side, it rises up and again cools down and rain takes place. This is a simple formula of rain. You might have heard condensation and that I'm not explaining. Simple part you have understood that rain take place where? In Australia side. So this is a simple phenomena which generally take place every year. Okay. Now what happens? When there is an effect of La Nina, I have already said you that there is a trade wind due to equator. So that due to La Nina, this trade wind speed is increased. And again, all the wind speed increases, and it causes more rain in Australia side. So if there is a more rain in Australia side, that is more than expected in Australia side of Pacific Ocean, then we say that it is a La Nina. It is a concept of La Nina. Okay, so La Nina, where there would be a more rain in Australia side of Pacific Ocean, and this side will be having this concept. Okay, okay, someone have written something. Okay, so this was the scenario. Now think of a reverse scenario. The second diagram you can see, reverse scenario. I have already explained that the first scenario is a simple scenario of high pressure and low pressure cases. And when that scenario, then more than expected in Australian side, we generally say La Nina. And La Nina is also favorable for India also, because this La Nina also brings better rain in India side. Okay, so it is a favorable. Okay, in generally La Nina is, in simple term we call a little girl, and that Il Nino is a you can say boy. So now coming to the boy part, what happened? This trade wind, which is coming from equatorial side, become weak, and this Peruvian current also become weak. So this reverses the condition. Now what happening? High pressure. You can say that there is a high temperature in South America side. Earlier there was a high temperature in Australia side. Now there is a high temperature in South America side. So this causes reversal of wind. Okay, but this is the only concept. In first scenario, wind is coming from South America to Australia. Then if that increases, there is a good rain in Australia, we say it is La Nina. If there is a reverse condition due to weakening of trade wind, then that condition is called El Nino, where this complete wind get reversed and there is a high temperature in, you can say, South America side. Generally, this situation arrives. General condition is La Nina, or you can say general condition. There is a good rain in Australia side and less rain, or you can say no rain in this South America side. That's why most of the data, that is Atacama, Chile, these are located in this area, South America side. Okay, not in Australia side. Now, if the reverse condition happen, there is a weakening of trade wind and wind started blowing from Australia side to South America side. In that scenario, there will be a rain in South America part, and Australia part, you may see that there is a fire in jungle. There is a recent fire in Australian jungle. So this is a reverse condition, and when El Nino is there, it would be bad for Indian climate or Indian monsoon also. In case of Indian monsoon, there is also Coriolis Force Act that you will read in detail in geography. What I was trying to explain you is about El Nino and La Nina. Just to summarize that, in case of La Nina, there is a simple wind blow from South America side to Australia side, and Australia side receive higher rainfall, and even you can say trade wind is stronger. Trade wind is stronger, Australia side receive higher rainfall and wind blows from South Africa to Australia side. If the situation reverses, it is also called general situation. If situation reverses, it is called El Nino, and in that scenario, there is a rain in South America side, and Australia side may face a heat, or you can say a higher temperature of summer. So this cases reverses, and all this scenario happen. This is called El Nina and La Nina. These are the two concepts. Why we are reading that? Because the effect of this is increasing slowly, and it is also causing global warming. You might have heard the temperature is increasing in India also. So that is El Nino is a climate pattern in equatorial Pacific Ocean that I have explained you, both taking place in Pacific Ocean only. It is characterized by warming of the sea surface temperature, and this warming can cause change in weather pattern. That I have explained you that general weather patterns say that wind should blow from South America side to Australia side, but if it gets reversed, it is due to El Nino. El Nino will not happen every year, or you can say every day. It will take time to occur, but whenever it will occur, it will change the weather condition. What is general weather condition? That is wind should blow from South America side to Australia side, but that changes reverse. Normally, ocean current and prevailing winds move warm water westward from South America towards Indonesia. During El Nino event, this pattern disrupted and warm water shift towards the South America. This is what I have told you, and there is a rain in South America. El Nino can cause increase in rainfall parts of South America and drought in parts of South Asia and Australia. So that I told, if there is a El Nino, Australia side will face drought and high temperature. Generally, Australia side should receive a good rainfall, and India should also receive a good rainfall. But if there is a El Nino, Australia side will face drought. This you will read in geography also in detail. Okay, for current affair, why we are reading that? Because this phenomena is occurring right now. So that's why we are referring that. So you can note it down, can read yourself also. as geography teachers will explain you better this topic. Okay, whatever means basic information about this I have explained you. So detail you can read here. Okay. Coming to the next topic, Indian space policy. Okay. In this topic, we are going to read what are the policy that has been formed by India for the space. So technology achievement of Indian in science and technology. The Indian space policy was approved by the Cabinet Committee on Security. So Cabinet Committee on Security has approved the space policy for India. And what are those policies? Let us read one by one. The Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization and New Space Limited and Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, are each assigned a specific task and responsibility under the policy. So you can say the responsibility of the each organization which is working for space has been divided and they have been assigned particular responsibility. The first point is this. Second point is NSIL, which it operates in demand-driven style, will carry out strategic initiative pertaining to the space sector. The channel between ISRO and non-governmental organization will in space. So you might have heard about that India is developing a space warfare, you can say like that. So many technology India is developing in space. Even you can say we have recently launched some of the satellite of different country also. So India is developing itself in space arena. Research and development as well as creation of new technology and system will be the main area of concentration for ISRO. So ISRO will develop new technology, new research, new you can say area where ISRO can work. And the New Space India Limited will take over the operational component of ISRO mission. Earlier, both the things, that is operational also and research part also, both were handling by ISRO only. Now it has been divided into New Space India Limited. New Space India Limited will carry the operational part and ISRO will carry the research part. So this was change in policy, you can say. Entry at private sector also included. As you know that when private sector entry, you can say come in any of the government work, it improves the technology of the government. The policy will allow private sector to take part in end-to-end space activity that include building satellite, rockets and launch vehicles, data collections and dissemination. Hope that this private sector entry will improve more space technology and India sooner or later will be a space power like Russia or America. We are going to see that. Okay, the private sector can use ISRO facilities for a small charge and is encouraged to invest creating new infrastructure for the sector. India's space industry is known as world over, producing economical satellites and even launching the foreign satellite into orbit. This was I have discussed that. You might have read NCERT and there you might have seen a photo where rocket launcher was carrying on a cycle, that is bicycle. So that was a period from where India started developing, and it is a time when we are launching the foreign satellite into the space. So we have developed a lot and lot needs to be done further. तो और भी बहुत कुछ करने की जरूरत है और हमने बहुत कुछ किया ही है. आप सबने वो साइकिल वाली फोटो देखी होगी जहां पे हम रॉकेट लॉन्चर साइकिल पे लेके जाते थे और आज का समय हम फॉरेन सैटेलाइट जो है स्पेस में लॉन्च कर रहे हैं. सो इट इज द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ इसरो और यू कैन से इंडिया इज मींस डूइंग बेटर. But we are facing some of the challenges. What are the challenges? First point is international competition. Okay, like India, every country wants to improve itself. So India will face the challenge also. So like China, Russia investing heavily in their space program and India faces of steep competition. Second point is cost. You know that budget is limited and lot of things need to be done. So in that scenario, taking out budget for space, India need to be done lot. Technological advancement, regulatory framework. So these are the things, some of the challenges which India is facing, and India needs to overcome those challenges and develop its state mission. So this was under India you can say space policy. Next topic, a very simple topic, national party recognition and de-recognition. I have already explained you why it is in the news, because some of the party de-recognized and some of the party was recognized as a national party. What does national party means? A simple meaning that it will be a pan-India recognized party. Point one. Point two, its symbol have presence all over India. Suppose BJP, lotus is a symbol. So wherever BJP is fighting election, it can fight on the symbol of lotus. But even state party is fighting, then that symbol is limited to state only. He cannot go with that symbol in national era. If other party have national symbol, then he cannot use the same symbol. Simple meaning is that national party can use its symbol pan India, and that symbol will not be given to any other party from now onwards. That means if Aam Aadmi Party has a broom as its election symbol, so this broom will not be allotted to any other party from here onward. The broom will be a symbol of Aam Aadmi Party, and wherever it will contest election, it will contest on the same symbol, that is broom. Okay, so it is in the news because Aam Aadmi Party has been recognized as a national party. There are some other benefits of that also. Authority which recognize or de-recognize is Election Commission. Election Commission have all right to de-recognize or recognize a party as a you can say national party. Some of the party de-recognize also. We have read about AAP and it is recognized. But some of the party which have been de-recognized is, you can say, Trinamool Congress. Then is NCP, National Congress Party, and CPI, Communist Party of India. Okay, so the party which have been de-recognized will no more national party. So there are certain conditions which we are going to discuss in next slide. You might be aware Trinamool Congress have 23 Lok Sabha MP. Still, it is not a national party. But Aam Aadmi Party have no Lok Sabha MP, but still it is a national party because due to some set of rules. What are those rules? First point is that for to becoming a national party, the first point is that it should secure 6% of the vote polled in 4 or more states in Lok Sabha or Assembly election. कहने का मतलब सिंपल सा टर्म है, 4 अलग अलग स्टेट असेंबली इलेक्शन में या लोकसभा इलेक्शन में आपको 6% वोट शेयर जो है वो आपको लाना पड़ेगा. If we talk about Aam Aadmi Party, which have been recently recognized, it has vote share in Punjab, that is 6% vote share in Punjab, Delhi, Goa, and Gujarat. These are the 4 states where Aam Aadmi Party is a state party. So these 4 states together make him national party. Okay, the first point is at least 6% vote in 4 different states, either in Lok Sabha or state assembly. Again, the second point is at least 4 members of Lok Sabha. If you have, even if Aam Aadmi Party do not have government in Delhi and Punjab, even if it has 4 MP only in 4 different states, the condition is it should have 4 MP in 4 different states. Just now I have given you example that TMC. What I have said that TMC has 23 MP. But all those MP are from West Bengal only, not 4 different states. So even having 23 MP also, TMC is not a national party, or you can say de-recognized as a national party. But Aam Aadmi Party, since it has presence in 4 different states, so that's why it termed to be the national party. Another point is you can also, it should have at least 2% of the total Lok Sabha seat. That is total Lok Sabha seat, that is you can say 545. And 2% and have candidate from not less than 3 states. Okay, so these are the some scenario, some condition, and must be a state party. So these are the some scenario condition which is given for a national party. What are the benefit of becoming a national party? First point is reserve party symbol. Your party symbol is reserve, which I already explained. Second is funding from election commission. They get some funding from election commission. They even get an office in Delhi. And as well as they have star pracharak. Every party have a star pracharak. If you are not a state party, you can only keep 20 star pracharak. But if you are a state party, you can keep 40 star pracharak. So these are the some benefit. Free airtime of a state-run media. You can announce, and even some of the constituency list is given to the national party. So you can say that national party is well recognized. You can say there are just some advantage by election commission which is given to a national party, and it is good or healthy sign of democracy that a recent party which is a 10-year-old party become national party in India. Okay, the AAP is power in big majority. I have already explained the Delhi, Punjab, Goa, and Gujarat. It has also presence in Himachal and some of the presence in Uttar Pradesh also. But we generally say that due to these 4 states only, it is a national party. You can read in detail. So this question can be asked for prelims also. So what are the criteria to become national party? And there can be 4 options in that. And it can be also asked in mains also, that regional party is establishing in India and so many regional parties becoming a national party. What are your stake, whether it is good to have a regional party in India or not, or there should have a 2-party system in India. Okay, so there is always a debate of two-party system and multi-party system. You know that Britain, America is a two-party system, and India and some other country you can say is a multi-party system where any party can form government in center. But in Britain and America, there is a chances only of two party which can form government in center. So India primarily it is a BJP Congress government, but sometime third front also formed government in India. So we generally say India is a multi-party government. So power of regional party, you can say like in Bihar it is JDU, Janata Dal United. In Karnataka it is JDS. In Haryana you can say that is JP party. Another party is there. So there are so many regional parties which is good for democracy as multi-party system. Well, you can say bring multiculture also. Moving to the next. The next topic is NCERT textbook revision. Okay. See, we generally say political party. So each political party have its own political agenda or political philosophy. Like Communist Party have communal agenda. If we talk about BJP, it is a centrist ideology party. They have some ideal, like for BJP, the ideal is Veer Savarkar. For BJP, the ideal is you can say Deen Dayal. So these are some ideal of BJP. So whenever BJP government will come, it will always try to put its ideal in the book. And you know that NCERT is a prime book. And in such scenario, it will try to give a student those content which is in support of their party. Like you know that BJP is little anti, or you can say against minority. Little, we cannot say that in India all government we generally have a secular constitution, but the framework which has the working style it has, it's not in accordance with minority. So in such scenario, some of the text which described medieval period text like Mughal and all, BJP is trying to delete that. Okay, it is not first time it is happening. Even when Congress was there, it was trying to glorify Jawaharlal Nehru or Indira Gandhi. If you read or if you know about most of the airport name, it is on the base of Indira Gandhi or Jawaharlal Nehru. When BJP is in power, it is on the Savarkar and Deen Dayal. So it is bound to happen. It is nothing surprising. When Atal government was there, at that time NCERT, some text from NCERT was changed. Then again, when Congress government in 2010, then some of the cartoons and some of the pictures of Jawaharlal Nehru was added in NCERT books. Okay, you know about Nathuram and Godse and Gandhi. There are just you can say some of the wings of BJP which support Nathuram, that is Hindu wing and all right wing. They are supporting. So these are the philosophy of the government. So government always try to implement its ideology and philosophy on the people. And what is better way to what would be the better way to implement if they are changing in NCERT book, because this book are read by youngster. So they're trying to gather the support of youngster. In such scenario, they are changing some of the important material and some of the text in books. Okay, some of the opposition leaders are saying that you cannot erase history by changing this type of things in the book. So there is a debate whether it should be changed or not, but it is not the first time which it has been done. It is you can say that from 2000 only this is going on, and it will go on further also, because when party in power changes, their ideology and all everything start changing, and that should be reflected in the books as well. The latest round of textbook rationalization has resulted in some of the most sweeping changes in the curriculum since the NDA government came into power. These changes include moving all the reference to the 2022 Gujarat riot. So you know that there is a blot in the BJP name, that is Gujarat riot, and so you can say that it has been excluded from the text. Reducing the content related to Mughal and caste system, dropping the chapters protest of social movement. So these are some things which have been removed from the NCERT textbooks. A very good mains question can be asked on this topic, whether it is good or bad. You need to gather your idea and write the answer. Many of these changes are seen as political. So these changes are generally political. Okay. And recent changes in NCERT textbook which have been criticized by academics and opposition party include removal of mention of Mahatma Gandhi, unpopularity amongst Hindu. So BJP, or you can say that now it has been trying to portray that Mahatma Gandhi was unpopular among Hindu. That's why he has been killed. Okay. And even there was some books which say that RSS was banned. So that was also removed, because you know that RSS is somewhat parent, you can say, the organization which works under BJP only. So this will be this is a bound to happen. Okay, new textbook, some of the changes which have been done earlier also, when Atal government was there, Atal ji government, then also the portraying the Muslim ruler India as a savage invader, and the medieval period as a gloomy area of Islamic dominance that cast a dark shadow over the brilliance of Hindu empire. So this was done at that time. When UPA government was there, at that time also some of the Nehru and Jawaharlal Nehru and B.R. Ambedkar were removed from the political science textbook. So this is coming from back only. So it was not the first time it was done. Some people are in the impression that it was only done by BJP government. No, whatever things is done by the BJP government, Congress has already done that, trial and tested. BJP is just doing an extra in that. Okay, so nothing extra from that. So this is an important topic, you can say, about NCERT. Moving to the next topic, that is green deposit framework. Okay, what is this all about? Actually, India or any country now is trying to be environment sensitive. This topic I've already discussed in before also. And in UPSC also, there are majority of questions which can be asked on environment. UPSC focus more on environment than science and technology. Okay. So green deposit is a type of deposit which a company or you can say government can do for the purpose of green investment. That is for renewable energy investment, solar power investment. So RBI has recently made a framework for the bank. The Reserve Bank of India has announced a new framework to offer a green deposit to the customer, aiming at developing a green finance ecosystem. So that finance can be used for green purpose only, and government will give interest on that. You can see it in the next line. The green deposit is an interest-bearing instrument received by a bank for a fixed period, and the proceeds which are you can say earmarked for the green financing, such as renewable energy project. So simple meaning of this topic is that RBI has set a framework in which RBI is asking for the investment, or you can say saving for the green framework, and in that those saving will be you can say you can invest those savings for the renewable energy only, not any other purpose, and you are going to get interest in the name of green framework only, or green investment only. The purpose of rational framework, RBI said, to encourage offer green deposit to customer and protect interest of the depositor customer to achieve their sustainability agenda. You know that in previous class I have already discussed that India is planning to reduce carbon emission. So these are one of the steps to reduce carbon emission. More and more we emphasis on green you can say energy, that is renewable energy. You also know that that is Gadkari, the current transport minister, is promoting hydrogen energy, a use of hydrogen as a fuel. So there are different sectors which are trying its best to for the green energy. Okay, so it can be for the solar energy, it can be for fuel energy or anything else. So because it is a future. Okay, so because the conventional source of energy is going to be finished in coming year. So in such scenario, we need to focus on green energy. Okay, so this was important, you can say, topic which you can read in detail for the mains purpose. Okay, next is Nifty REITs and InvITs Index. What is this all about? You know that prime organization which work for the that is stock exchange, that is NSE and BSE. These are the prime organization. So slowly what is happening that some of the branches of this is launching which will work for particular purpose. Like recently in budget there was a social stock exchange. It is a part of NEC only. The social stock exchange, what it will do? It will ask NGO and other means company which is working for social welfare to launch its IPO. Okay, so I can NEC is a company. When you list your company for the share, then your a customer can purchase your share. So suppose your company is so big that you launch your share, and in that scenario the you can say public can purchase your share. So you have to launch under NEC or BSE, or you can be under two category, means both. That is either or in both also. In NSE there are 1700 almost company which is registered, and in case of BSE it is more, that is around 15800 company which is registered. So now what they are doing, this NEC and BSc, they are launching a separate branch for the specific purpose, so that people is aware that if they are under this category, where they should need to launch their IPO. So this topic REIT and INVITS is regarding that only. So NEC Indices Limited, a subsidiary of the National Stock Exchange, has launched India's first ever real estate investment trust. You know that in India, the most fraud sector, we can say that is the real estate. Super tech, you might have heard about that. A big building of super tech has been demolished by order of Supreme Court. So in such scenario, we need to be aware that which real estate sector is good and which is bad. So this real estate investment trust index will be there, and infrastructure invest trust index. So it will be under NAC, and under that these two index will be launched. So in this topic only you have to understand this much. Because UPSC will simply ask that REITs, which is recently launched, belongs under which company or which indices. So you need not to confuse between BSc and NSE. It is under NSE, that is National Stock Exchange. So this will be launched. The index aim to track the performance. So the main aim was to track the performance of REIT, and that are publicly listed and traded in the NSE. The weight of security within these indexes are given, that is 30. This you need not to read in detail, but that much only you have to read, that REIT and INVIT launched under NSE. Okay. Okay. Next topic is important terminology, that is cellular agriculture. Okay. So you might have heard about cloning, that is human cloning, animal cloning. So this cellular agriculture is a type of one of the type of those only, in which what we are doing generally, for the milk and meat, we generally need to harm the animal. We generally say, you know that there is a lot of organization who are saying that we should be vegan. हमें शाकाहारी होना चाहिए. It is stated that. So there is a technology which have been developed by some of the developed country, under which without harming animal, we are trying to develop milk and meat. And how we are doing that we are going to discuss. It is a way of producing animal based product such as meat, milk, eggs, without need for raising and slaughtering the animal. So animal friendly way, and we are doing cellular agriculture. Okay. Cells in a laboratory. So animal cells are taken and they are developed in the laboratory. Suppose a tissue is taken from the animal, and that tissue is developed in the form of meat. Similarly for the milk also. Okay. So significance, this technology has potential, you can say, to greatly reduce the environment impact of animal agriculture, such as greenhouse gas emission, land use, and water consumption. Perfect Day startup in California. Right now, who is doing that? There is a startup named Perfect Day, that is in California, and they have genetically engineered fungi to produce milk protein. So the protein which you get from the milk, around same protein you can get from this genetically engineered fungi, and whey protein without the need for the cow. So without cow also you are getting milk. Then again in Singapore, first company used stem cell from mammals to make milk in large area. So you can say the stem cell from mammal. So if a basic we want to summarize this topic, that we are using tissue and cells of animal and to develop, you can say, dairy product. So we are not harming animal, we are not anyway slaughtering animal, we are developing product on the same product with the same you can say that is protein and all. So you can see in the exam that is in diagram, and you can see there is a cow and stem cells taken from it, and this stem cell is developed in the laboratory and it develops as a meat. Okay, so you can eat this clean meat by this process. Okay, similarly there was a milk growth and all. So this is a cellular organization, cellular development which is taking place. You can say it is in the current, it can be important for MCQ purpose, that is cellular agriculture. So cellular agriculture is what is? It is all about developing, you can say, animal product or dairy product from animal tissue and cell. So this was all about cellular agriculture. So that was the important news according to me that has been happened previous week. Within 2 minutes, we are going to start some of the previous year question, that is PYQ from November 2022, which can be asked in the 2023 exam and can be important for 2024 also. So there will be a 20 sets of questions which we are going to discuss. Okay. Okay, let's start. The first question of the day is, which of the given statement best describe the total fertility rate? So not asking the birth rate, it is about total fertility rate. The first option is, it is the number of live birth per 1,000 person in population in a given year. No, it is called crude birth rate. It is not fertility rate, it is called crude birth rate. The first option is wrong. Coming to second option, it is the average number of children expected to be born per woman during her entire span of the reproductive period. Okay, it is the rate at which women are replaced by the daughter who will have a children. No, so B is the correct answer. And this also, the both, so matlab A and D both defining the birth rate only. So fertility rate is defined by the average number of children expected to born for women during her entire span of the reproductive period. So some of the simple topic, and but option can be always challenging for you, because you might have read about birth rate, you might have read about fertility rate, but here choosing out of these four options already challenging. The option B is the correct one. Moving to the next. Okay, this PDF will be given to you so that you can read the detail. Campaigns like Warrior Mom, so they are campaign name, and Kids First, which were recently in the news, okay, is related to following: kids stuck in a war zone, no; protecting children from sexual offenses, no; protecting children from climate change, yes, it is the right answer. You know that nowadays global warming, recently we have read the impact of El Nino, La Nina and all. So these are causing global warming, temperature change, weather pattern is changing. In such case, these are the term Warrior Mom, Kids First are used for the protecting children from climate change. So option C is the right one. Okay, this question can be asked because UPSC is also very sensitive to environment and climate change. So such questions can be asked. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statement regarding Aadhaar. Aadhaar details cannot be used as a proof of identity. It can be used as a proof of identity. Many of you who are present in the session might have taken SIM and other things, that is mobile SIM, through your Aadhaar. That is, so it can be used as a proof of identity. So it is not right answer. Aadhaar is a proof of citizenship. No, Aadhaar is not a proof of citizenship. Consider the following statement are correct. Okay, the linking of voter ID and Aadhaar may stop bogus voting. Okay, yes, it is a correct. So option, you can say Aadhaar card cannot be used as a proof of identity. Yes, it can be used as a proof of identity. So you can say only 3. That is D option is the correct one, and other were wrong. So can anyone tell me what is the proof of identity? Whether it is passport, birth certificate, or anything else. So primarily birth certificate is generally considered the proof of, you can say, citizenship. But in some country, passport is also used and voter ID is also used. For India, it is birth certificate. Okay, so option D is the correct one. Moving to the next question. Recently seen in the news, golden triangle and golden crescent does not encompass which country? So you might have read in history also about golden triangle and golden crescent. That is, triangle, we generally say this is a golden triangle and this is generally a form of golden crescent. They form generally map like this, so we call it as a golden crescent. So question is asking the country name, which country is not part of golden crescent or a. So Iraq is not part of this. If we talk about Golden Triangle, it is Myanmar, Laos, and Thailand. So Golden Triangle is Myanmar, Laos, and Thailand. These are the Golden Triangle. And it is famous for opium cultivation and opium trade, drugs trade, you can say. And if we talk about Golden Crescent, it is Afghanistan, Iran, and Pakistan. Afghanistan, Iran, and Pakistan. So Iraq is the, you can say, is not part of this Golden Triangle and Golden Crescent. It is you can say in history also, this was used for opium trade and all. And it is important. There can be questions on Golden Triangle and Golden Crescent in UPSC also. Moving to the next question. You can see through diagram also what I have explained. With reference to Marrakech in Partnership for Global Climate Action, consider the following. It supports the implementation of Paris Agreement by enabling collaboration between government, cities, regions, business, and investors that act as a climate change. Okay. It was launched in November 2016 as COP25. So, no, the second option is wrong. It was launched as COP22. Not at COP25. So it is option is wrong. First one is correct. This Marrakech agreement, because it is a place name of the place. Okay, that is in Morocco, so that we call it as a Marrakech Partnership Agreement. It is again related to environment only. So you can say the option one only, that is A option, would be the correct one here. Option 2 is wrong. Moving to the next question. With reference to rule of origin, that is from where the trade had originated, that is called rule of origin. Consider the following statement. Rule of origin as criteria needed to determine the national source of product. Okay. The second option is the general agreement on tariff and trade has no specific rules governing the determination of country of origin of goods and international commerce. Yes, both are the correct one. It is generally decided by the both country that it should be it should not be decided by this GATT. So both is the correct one here about rules of origin. Moving to the next. Consider the following statement about Nada Prabhu, Kempegowda, and okay. So see, I have also explained in previous class that if you are reading some questions or if you are getting a question from art and culture, how you will know that from where UPSC will ask question? Because it's very difficult to guess. Lots of temple are there. Now this question is Nada Prabhu Kempegowda. Why this question is asked here? Because the Prime Minister has recently unveiled the you can say that idol and temple of this Nada Prabhu Kempegowda. So the question is asked from that. We have already said that if some temple is completing its 100 years or some anniversary, that is you can say 26th or 25th, like that, in such scenario there is a chances that question can be asked from there. Or any visit, like president has visited that temple or prime minister has visited that temple. So such topics you need to cover, because from there is a question which can be asked. So here it has, he was a 16th century chieftain under the rule of Vijayanagar Empire. Correct. He is credited with laying foundation what is today known as Bangalore city. Okay, correct. And recently, since there is an election in Karnataka, so it is in the news. He abolished the practice of cutting the fingers of the left hand of an unmarried woman during the custom known as Bandi Devaru. Okay, so all of the above is correct here. Okay, so you can note it down for 2023. It can be an important question. Moving to the next, Network Readiness Index published by Business Network International, International Telecom Union, the International Cooperation Names, and the Portugal. This D option is the right. I've already said you this such type of question can be asked about indexes and all, that which of the organization which releases index. So it was the organization, and the report, the parameter on which this index is released is on technology, people, governance, and impact of covering total 58 variable. So they cover total 58 variable and then releases the network readiness index. Okay. Moving to the next, with reference to doctrine of lapse. All those who have read history or even in NCERT, they have read about doctrine of lapse and subsidiary alliance. These are the two major weapons of Britishers in which they tried to control Indian ruler: subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse. Okay. Now, first pointed it was an annexation policy followed widely by William Bentinck. No, William Bentinck was one who was famous for Sati Pratha, ending Sati Pratha in 1828. And per this, law adopted as one of the Indian rulers could not be proclaimed as the heir of kingdom. Yes, it is the right one, but the first you can say the is the wrong one. So it was first means you can say Lord Wellesley. Subsidiary alliance was you can say subsidiary alliance was launched by Lord Wellesley. Okay, here you can see that recently Prime Minister has paid tributes to Rani Lakshmi Bai, and that's why it is in the news. And doctrine of lapse was annexation policy followed widely by Lord Dalhousie. So doctrine of lapse, Lord Dalhousie, and subsidiary alliance by Lord Wellesley. So these were the two major, you can say, weapon of Britishers. So subsidiary alliance and this. Due to doctrine of lapse, only the Jhansi of Rani Lakshmi Bai was taken by Britishers. Okay. Moving to the next. With reference to blue bagging, consider the following statement. It is form of hacking that lets attacker to access a device through the discoverable Bluetooth connection. Correct. So all of you are traveling in metro and you are means keeping your Bluetooth on. Might be some of you. So just stop that, because this is a cyber crime which is going to take place through the Bluetooth connection. If an attack has been done on your phone by Bluetooth connection, then they will take access of all your messages and calls. Once the device phone is debugged, hacker can listen to the calls, read and send messages, and still both of these are the correct. So blue bugging is a technology, or you can say a hacker use this technology to hack your mobile phone through Bluetooth. Okay, so both 1 and 2 is the correct one. With reference to Fujiwara effect. Okay, this was an effect, again a topic of geography, which generally arises due to merger of two tropical cyclones. Okay, so Fujiwara effect is an interaction between tropical storms formed around the same time and same region with their center or eye at a distance of less than 100 kilometers. So complete statement is almost correct, only this part is incorrect. It is 1400, not 100. So it is only incorrect, so that's why this complete statement become wrong. And the interaction could lead to changes in the track intensity or either both storm. Yeah, this one is correct. Okay, second only is the correct. First one is also explaining the correct, but only 100 kilometers is there, that is wrong. Okay, so you can see the explanation part. Okay, moving to the next part. Yeah, this was the through diagram, it has been explained to you. Which of the following pairs is correctly matched? So question is asked, which of the following pair are correctly matched? Generally, this type of question is always difficult for the student. So second and fourth are correctly matched in this. That is, second and fourth are correctly matched. If we talk about Nalur Tamand Grove, it is in you can say it is in Karnataka, Bangalore, and this last one, this Amnapur Lake is a in, you can say just have an explanation part of this. So pair 1 is not correct. That is this Nalur Grove is located in Devanali Taluk near Bangalore, Karnataka, and pair 2 is correct. So pair 2 is correct, pair 4 is correct, pair first and third is wrong. Okay, next question is high volt, recently mentioned in the news, is a radio communication satellite, asteroid, supercomputer developed by China, surface to air missile. It is a radio communication satellite. Okay, so A is the correct one. With reference to payment aggregator, consider the following. It provides payment service to merchant and e-commerce site by accepting payment instrument from the customer. Correct. And they pool the funds received from the customer and transfer them to the merchant after a certain time. Yes, correct. So both 1 and 2 is correct about payment aggregator. Like Paytm, PhonePe, these are the payment aggregator. They take payment from you and they transfer that payment to the merchant. Okay, so that is called payment aggregator. Moving to the next. Coronavia Joint Work Agriculture is an initiative of CSIR, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, Niti Aayog, and none of the above. Actually, it is an initiative of UN, United Nations Framework Convention, that is UNFCCC. So all of the above is, none of the above is the correct answer. You can see that it is the initiative of UNFCCC, United Framework for Convention on Climate Change. So it is the initiative of that is Joint Work for Agriculture. Moving to the next topic, the term friend shoring recently in the news refers to alliance. Okay, so this term was recently used by American secretary which have visited recently to India. Okay, what friend shoring means? It simply means that the country which is favorable for you can say other country, like for America, India is a favorable country. So America can share raw material or all other required things, like they can set up a factory here. So that country is called friend shoring country or ally shoring. Other name of this is ally shoring also. Okay, so first point is alliance of cities region for the reconstruction of Ukraine. Okay, the first point here it is given, so which is incorrect. Describe how trade technology have made the world into more connected and interdependent place. So B is the correct one. So it is a word given for a friendly country, between two friendly country, a trade and other activities. So recently America has termed India as a friend shoring country. So that's why it is in the news, you can say. Moving to the next, which among the following states does not enjoy the special category status? A very simple question. Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Punjab, and Uttarakhand. Punjab do not enjoy any special status. All other Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Uttarakhand enjoy the special status. Moving to the next, with reference to International Electronical Commission. Okay, consider the following statement. It publishes international standard for all electrical, electronic, and related technology. Okay. Yes, it is the correct one. India is not a member of this commission. No, India is a member. So it is incorrect. So first only would be the correct. Which of the following statement is are correct respect to the right of freedom of religion? Okay, Article 25 of Indian Constitution guarantee the freedom of consciousness, the freedom of profess, practice, propagate religion, all citizen, reasonable restrictions. Yes, it is the correct one. The second point is also correct one. The Constitution of India guarantee the right, that is Article 26. The second point is all about Article 26. You know that from Article 25 to 28 there is a freedom of religion, that is under fundamental right. So both the option here is correct one. So last question of the day, with reference to consumer price index, as a question is asked over index. Consider the following statement. The consumer price index is a comprehensive measure used to estimation of price changes in a basket of goods and services. Okay. Second question, you can say that second part is CPI for industrial worker is compiled, released by Labor Bureau in the Ministry of Labor. So the second part here is wrong. First is only the correct one. This one is correct. Second is wrong. It is not released by Labor Bureau of Ministry of Labor. It is wrong. So just see the, you can see the explanation part. Okay, first three are the compiled and released by the Labor Bureau in Ministry of Labor. The fourth one is released by NSO, National Statistical Organization. So you can see that national level there are 4 consumer price index. So at national level there are 4 consumer price index. First is CPI for industrial worker, second is CPI for agriculture labor, and CPI for rural, urban, and combined. So so all these, if we talk about the option we have here, moving back, that is CPI for industrial worker. So it is not released by Labor Ministry, it is released by National Static NSO. So index based question can be asked, like happiness index or anything. This question is bound to ask. So every news which is related to index based question, you must cover that, especially parameters and all this you need to cover. Okay, so that's all for today. Any doubt? Okay, thank you.